Hey everybody, Neil Malik with Knack Training here, bringing another Everyday Office video. And in today's video, I'd like to take you on a bit of a journey because there is a filtering tool in Excel that I like to have in my back pocket. And I find most often people see something that's got this kind of complexity to it and they get a little shy about using it. But I think that it can be really helpful to have the advanced filter tool available to us on top of the auto filter tool. So let's start off with the auto filter so we can see where the limitations lie. If we go to the data tab at the top of the screen, notice right here you have the big filter button with the little funnel on it, and then right next to it is the advanced filter button. It's kind of more incidental there, and of course people would use this less frequently. So let's use the regular filter button, which used to be just called auto filter. So you can click on the filter button, little drop-down menus show up at the heads of all the columns, and you could filter it down to, let's say, only those tickets that Cusato has open, and hit OK, and only those tickets that are licensing issues, and click OK. And you can see there that we are winnowing it down. We're getting closer and closer to the thing that is important to us. Maybe we want to be able to copy these out. Maybe we just want to be able to take a look at them and see what's going on with these. Maybe we want to know how many of them there are. Any one of these things could be the reason why we are filtering. But the problem is that right now, if what I was interested in was, let's say, all of the tickets, let's clear the filter here and clear the filter here. Let's say I'm interested in all the tickets that are still waiting on somebody internally or under review. I click those two check boxes and I hit OK. And I'm only interested in those types of tickets when we're talking about product enhancements and product failures and other types of problems. I'm not really concerned about licensing or logins, things like that. I'm really concerned about how many tickets are out there where people are saying there's something wrong with our product and it's still under review. Somebody internally is still looking at it. So I hit OK there. Now, when I get to this point right here, I can't also open this up and say, well, the other thing that I'm interested in is tickets that were opened a long time ago. Because when I go to the date open drop-down menu and I say, oh, I'm not interested in those that were opened in 2018, I'm only interested in those that were opened in 2017, and I click OK, it doesn't show me more, it shows me less. It shows me old tickets that are about product enhancements or under review, etc. Maybe I would like to be able to show all of those tickets that are old as well as all the tickets that are waiting on somebody internally. That is the problem of being able to find an or versus an and criteria. These criteria are all and. The issue type is that it's a product failure, and the status is that it's under review, and it's an old ticket. What I really want is the product is a product failure, it's under review, or it's a really old ticket. So you see there the difference between and or, and where autofilter, the standard filtering option, is not giving me that capacity. So I'm going to turn this off, and now we're going to build our advanced filter. When I say build an advanced filter, I actually do mean that, because to create an advanced filter, you need to create some space on your page that has the actual filter written out. So let's say I'm interested in what product I want to see, and I'm interested in the status of the ticket. I would literally write out product and status right there on the page. And now I'm going to insert a little extra space up here above the table so that I can fill in what I'm interested in. So maybe I'm interested in those products that are Teamfire, where the status is open. And now I'm going to use this advanced filter. Click onto the data, not on the filter, but on the data down here. Then I go to the data tab at the top of the screen and I click on advanced, and you'll see it says, okay, looks like you're trying to filter this data. You are filtering A6 through F627, great. Where is the criteria? And so what I'll do is I'll scroll up here, click in the criteria range box, and this is very important. I need to specify the labels at the top as well as what we're filtering it on. So I need to know that Teamfire is the name of a product and open is a status. So I select from cell B1 through cell C2. Notice that product does not have to be above the product column, and status does not have to be above the status column. You can put these in wherever you want them to be, and that's why the labels are so important. So then I click OK, and you can see here are only the tickets that are Teamfire tickets that are currently open. Now, if I'm also interested in those tickets that are really old, well, then I can also put in a column here for, let's put it over here, for date opened. But we now pay attention. What if we put that it was an old ticket here on the same line with Teamfire and open? Well, that would be an AND criteria, because right now we're filtering only those where the product is Teamfire and the status is open. Now I want to go down another line to say, or find me anything that's really old. So to find anything that's really old, I'm going to say that the value that's in there is less than 1/1/2018. So you can see there the less than symbol and then the date written out is what's going to be able to specify the full criteria of what I'm caring about in terms of the date opened. So now I'll click back on the data again. And remember, in earlier filters, as we added more criteria, it got narrower and narrower. But here, I'm expanding the criteria. So I should be able to see more records, not only those that are Teamfire and open, but also those that are old. So now I click on the data, go to the data tab at the top of the screen, click on advanced, and then I specify a new criteria range. See here, the old criteria range is no longer valid because it doesn't include that date opened. So I go to criteria range and I say it's from A1 through C3. And you see how the fact that there are open cells in here don't really matter? So if I care about open tickets for Teamfire, but I don't care about what date it is, I leave the cell for date empty. And if I care about what date it is, but not the product or the status, I leave those empty. So then I click OK. And you can see now that we now have a number of old tickets in addition to some of the newer tickets that are open tickets for Teamfire. So this is the reason why advanced filters can be so helpful. The other thing that's nice about these is that the filter is actually written right here on the page. So let me give you an example here. Now I've got another tab which has a bunch of employees on it. And let's say that I knew that I was going to filter this information on a regular basis. Watch how easy this next part is. So I'll insert a little space up here at the top. This could go anywhere, but this seems like a reasonable place to put it. Let's say that I'm interested in what office and what department we're talking about. So I'll just actually go in here, copy office and department, and put them up here. And now let's think about this, right? I probably want to be able to specify an office on the fly that is one of these offices. So I'll go in here, I'll highlight all my offices, copy it, and I'll put this onto another tab someplace and tell it to remove the duplicates. Okay, so now I have a set of entries right here that are all my offices. I'm going to highlight those and name the range offices. And then I'll repeat this process with the different departments. So I'll highlight all the departments, copy them, come over here to another sheet and paste them. Of course, I'm going to remove the duplicates because I don't need 37 different consulting entries right there. And again, I can highlight these and I can call these departments. And now if I go back to the original set of data in my filter, I'm going to go right here under Office, go to my Data Validation button right up here at the top and allow not any value, but instead a list. go into my source box right here, and because I named those ranges, I can quickly and easily press the F3 key on the keyboard, see that the office's entry is here, and select it, and there it is. Now a drop-down menu based on offices is going to be put into the cell under office. So I'll say, find me San Diego, and I'll repeat that for department. Go here to data validation, allow a list of values, click in the source box and use the F3 key and tell it that, yes, I want to grab one of the departments from that named range. Click OK, and I can tell it to find me any consultants who work in San Diego. So now I've got these entries right up here at the top that I can quickly and easily swap out, and I can click on the data, go to my advanced button right up here at the top, tell it the criteria range is from office down and across through consulting, and then click OK. And there it is. Here are all the consultants in Los Angeles. Now I'll switch from Los Angeles to Durango and switch from consulting to, let's say, information technology. Click on the data, click the advanced button, and click OK. And here's the one IT specialist who works in Durango. And I can use the drop-down menu and choose, let's say, San Mateo, and the Department of Human Resources. Click on the data, go to the advanced button, and click OK. And now here are all the human resources professionals in San Mateo. So this kind of interaction can actually be a little bit more pleasant sometimes for people to interact with than the drop-down menus that are automatically on the heads of the columns. And you can decide to create a macro to implement this advanced filter.